In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 5 things that I love and hate about SwitchBot's Air Purifier Table. Check it out. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. SwitchBot's Air Purifier Table is a little bit different to something that we typically look at, mainly because it is different. Just by looking at it, you can tell it's different. It's a table, but it's also an air purifier. It's also got a smart light, some essential oils, and it acts as a piece of furniture, so it's different. This video isn't a full in-depth review of the product, so if that is something that you're looking for, this isn't the video for you. But if you are looking for that particular video, I definitely recommend you check out Stu's video from Stu's Reviews. He did a really awesome video where he went through and tested out the full air purification process of this thing, and he put a little smoke bomb in the shed and set it off, and no, it's good. You should go watch that. However, if you want to stick around and check out some of the features that I love and hate, we're going to kick this off with my first feature. As I've mentioned, the air purifier table combines a whole bunch of products all into one. You've got the table, the air purifier, the wireless charger, the light, and also the little slot for the essential oils. Combining all of these things into one not only saves you a whole bunch of space in whichever room you're going to put it in, but it's also going to save you money as you're not having to purchase all of these products as individual items. One of the other really cool things about combining all of these items is the fact that it will only use one cable to power all of them. So your light, the purifier, and also the wireless charger are all going to be powered by one cable. So if you're somebody that loves that whole minimalistic design and just having one cable, then this is definitely going to be up your street. The purifier table works great as a bedside table and also for doubling up as a little table next to your bed where you just dump all of your clothes and other things onto. But in all seriousness, this table is a nice little table to have as a bedside table, or even just a little small table for your side room. For side rooms? Do people call it a side room? Front room? I call it front room. I don't even know why I said side room, but a little table for side table for your front room. For me, there's a couple of things that stops this air purifier table being the perfect bedside table for me. One of them is the fact that it doesn't have drawers, but you can't have everything, can you? And there are a couple of other things, but we'll touch on those as I get to them a little later on. One of the things that isn't so good about the air purifier table then, and we're just going to say purifier table because that's way too long to just keep saying, but one of the things that isn't so good is the stability. And when I say stability, I'm not saying that the table's going to fall over or it's wonky or anything like that. There's just a lot more wobble and shake to it than I'd personally like. Because of the design and shape of the air purifier, it's naturally got quite a small footprint and there's no real big weight to it, so there's nothing holding it down in place. And again, it's not going to fall over or anything, but if you are using it as like a bedside table and you're putting things like drinks on it, then you will definitely notice that bit of wobble. And also, I didn't read the instructions, but it probably says don't put drinks on it just in case they fall into it. But if you're using it as a bedside table, you probably are. Okay, so I had a little look online, and not only is the tabletop fully waterproof, it's also urine proof. So if your pet has an accident, it should be fine. Should be. The wobble and shake that I'm talking about is more noticeable on carpet, and in my bedroom I do have quite a thick carpet, so there is that because it's not super level, but it's less noticeable on hard floors. But if you've got things like small children and baby huskies, any little bumps and bangs from those, if you're putting drinks on top of it, probably will slosh them a bit. It's quite funny as well that that's one of the things that I'm concerned about with looking at a product is a dog or a kid going to knock it over? Because yeah, that's funny, innit? So if you don't have small children and huskies and you don't tend to boot your tables around, then the table probably won't wobble for you. The second thing that I really like about the purifier table is the fact that they've included a wireless charger. This is super convenient and just really handy to have, especially if you're making use of this as like a side table in your front room or just as your bedside table. Just having the charger just right there on the table, it's really convenient to just slap your phone straight on top and just have it charge. It's also really convenient whenever you've got guests come round and they're always asking for a phone charger and you've just got one that's naturally built into your table. The wireless charger that's used in the table is a 15-watt wireless charger, and you can easily see where it is on the table because there's a little raised ring around where it is, and this definitely isn't for putting drinks on, and that's not what I thought it was originally. To be more specific about the actual tabletop itself, The tabletop measures 290 by 420 millimeters. It has a temperature resistance of 114 degrees. I don't know if you planned on putting anything hot on it, but your limit is 114 degrees. And the wireless charging unit that's built inside of the table is a QI1 based charger. So with this charger, you're going to get 15 watts of wireless charge for Android devices. And if you're using an iPhone, you're going to get 7.5 watts. Staying on topic then, the second point that I don't really like about the Purifier Table is the actual position of the wireless charger. When you receive your Purifier Table, you'll need to do a little bit of assembly. This just involves you attaching the tabletop to the base, which is the main purifier body, and this just involves a couple of screws and a little cable. I think because the way that this cable attaches, the purifier table can actually only be put in one orientation, meaning that the wireless charger is on the right and the buttons are at the front if you're looking straight at the unit. This means if you wanted the wireless charger to be on the left, you wouldn't actually be able to rotate the tabletop around and you'd have to turn the whole unit round, which would mean you would actually lose access to the buttons at the front. If you happen to own one of these purifiers and you have actually span it round and it does work, then do let me know in the comments below, but I thought I'd just point this out as one of the things if you're somebody that wants it on the left and it's on the right. The third thing that I really like about the Purifier Table is the filtration performance. The Purifier Table contains this massive filter, which actually does 3 types of jobs. There's the pre-filter, which is going to catch any of the hair and all of the little bits that get sucked into it. You've then got the HEPA filter, and then there's also some deodorizing properties, so it will get rid of any bad smells, and it will also pull loads of particulates out of the air. And according to SwitchBot, it's got a filtration efficiency of 99.97, which is pretty high. I haven't done any kind of crazy extensive testing like Stu did where he did the whole smoke bomb thing, but I've been using it in some practical situations. One of my friends that visited has got quite a bad allergy to dogs, and just having this in the room really helped him be able to actually sleep at night. And my wife also has really bad hay fever, and just having this in the bedroom and having it turned on for a couple of hours has also really helped with that. So based on these 2 things, and also how much hair has actually been sucked up into this thing, I'd say that the filtration has been really good. One of the nice things about the Purifier Table is you've got some quick and handy buttons to actually trigger the different modes of filtration. So you've got a couple of different buttons to adjust the speed and power of the filtration. You've then got a button to put it into pet mode and also for eco sleep mode. In addition to the physical buttons, you can also jump straight into the SwitchBot app where you can actually activate and trigger all of these different modes, and you can also set up and customize your own schedule so you can have these different modes turn on and off throughout the day or throughout the night. Next up, we've got the third thing that I don't like, and this one might be a bit more unique to me, but it'd be interesting to hear what your thoughts are, but it's the colour scheme. Just looking at this product, I think you can tell it's a SwitchBot product. It's in its classic all white and it features that kind of almost futuristic look to it. This look and product is very uniform for a SwitchBot product, but I think because this product's actually aimed as being a piece of furniture, it would be nice to see it actually available in a couple of different colour schemes. I think having the choice of colours would be quite nice because you could pick the colour that fits your room, or even if you don't change the actual body colour, maybe you could pick the type of wood or the colour of the wood on the top. That way again, you can just fit this to whatever your bedroom colour is, or your front room, or wherever you're putting it. Continuing on then with the 4th thing that I like, and we've got the ambient light. Just beneath the tabletop, we've got this little bowl shape that connects the tabletop to the air purifier, and this is actually the ambient light. The ambient light has got a couple of different purposes. Its first purpose is obviously just to be a light, and with this you can customize it with a couple of different color options, and you can also adjust the brightness between 3 different modes. The second purpose that the ambient light has is it acts as a bit of a warning system, so depending on the mode that you have the light set into, you can have it set so that it will adjust based on the quality of the air. So if the air is really clean, it will be a pure white color, and if the air is bad or a bit polluted, you'll see the yellow or the red. One of the things that's really nice about having this whole indicator light is the fact that you can actually fully use this product without using any kind of mobile app. So if you wanted to buy this product to just have an air purifier and a table and a light and a wireless charger, then you could do all of those things without even connecting it to the internet or using an app. You've got the physical buttons on the top, and then the color of the light will tell you how good your air is. And as I mentioned, the app there, that's a nice segue into the next segment, which is the 4th thing that I don't like, and we've got the app. If you've made use of any of SwitchBot's products, then you'll know that straight out of the box, their products are by far some of the easiest to actually set up and use. The setup process usually just involves you turning the product on, and then the app instantly sees it and it will connect it to your Wi-Fi, do its firmware update, and then you're pretty much good to go. Just like the other SwitchBot products, the air purifier is the exact same. It's really easy to set up and you've got full control over it within the app. However, there's a few things that I don't like about the app. The first thing that I'm not happy about within the app is the light controls. Inside of the app, you have to go through a couple of different menus to actually get into the light settings. There's no convenient on and off button for the light. When you're actually in the settings, there's also no slider to adjust the brightness to however you want it. You've instead got 3 different modes, and these modes are bright, moderate, or soft. The same goes for the color. Rather than having a little color wheel where you can customize and choose whichever color that you want, you've instead got some preset colors. Now, I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if this is just software based and you're limited based on what the software is giving you, or whether it's a physical limitation of the LEDs that are being used. I'm hoping if it is just a software-based thing, then SwitchBot could actually unlock this in the future and just give you a bit more fine-grained control over the brightness that your light is and also what the color is. Next up, we've got something that maybe isn't really app-based, but it's SwitchBot software-based, so I'm gonna chuck this into here as well. But SwitchBot is now part of the Works with Home Assistant program, so over time, the SwitchBot products are going to be in Home Assistant and you'll have the full control and accessibility. With the purifier, which is also in the Works with Home Assistant program, some of the sensors and features are actually missing. Right now in Home Assistant, you're able to turn the purifier on and off. You can also adjust the mode, which is also quite nice. However, you're missing a couple of features which I would like to see within the Home Assistant integration. First of all, I'd like to be able to control the buzzer. I want to be able to use this thing as a little alarm, so press a button and have the buzzer play a sound. Next, I'd like to be able to access the light, and again, if we could have the light unlocked so we could adjust the color and brightness, that would be cool, or even if we could just turn the light on and off with Home Assistant, that would also be cool. Moving to the fifth and final thing that I really like about the table then, we've got how quiet it is and also its smart capabilities. I'll start off with the smart capabilities just because I mentioned them a second ago, talking about Home Assistant and all that other good stuff. But with this device, you can connect it up to your Amazon Echoes, Google Assistants, Apple HomeKit, and also directly into Home Assistant. SwitchBot actively support all of these different smart home platforms, which is really nice because they're not trying to tie you into their own ecosystem and keep you just within that app. The Air Purifier Table is also one of SwitchBot's Matter-enabled products, so you can connect it up and pair it to any of your other Matter controllers and use it with your other Matter devices. For me personally, I've been using the Purifier Table within Home Assistant and also within the SwitchBot app, and I've not had any issues or connectivity problems with it. I can easily set up different automations to have the device turn on and off when I want, and I can also adjust the different modes and have them run on whatever schedule I want to set up and create myself. We've then also got the quietness. With this device, you've got a couple of different modes that it can be set into, and they start off from like a whisper quiet where you can't even hear it running, up to like a loud jet engine where it's running full blast and purifying the world basically. When this device is running on its lowest setting, you can't even hear it running, which is again a nice thing to have, especially if you were somebody that wanted to use this as a bedside table, because you could have this run all night and you wouldn't be able to hear it. When you've got the device turned up to its maximum mode, then you're definitely going to hear it, but obviously it's doing a specific job. It's doing all that filtration and purifying the air, so the trade-off there is you're getting really good filtration at the cost of a bit of noise. To finish this off then, we've got the fifth thing that I don't really like, and we've got the fragrance feature. On the back of the purifier, you'll find this little section that says push, and if you follow the prompt and push it in, a little drawer will pop out. They definitely missed a little trick here where they could have played the Zelda chess sound, but you'd probably get sued by Nintendo. With the little drawer popped out, you'll find this little pad, and the idea of this pad is you can dip it in some essential oil or spray some kind of fragrance or something on it. And then as the air goes through the purifier, it should pick up the smell of this fragrance or oil that you've put on the pad. On paper, I think this feature looks and sounds cool, but in practicality, I don't think it's that good. If you put a few drops of oil on it, you can definitely smell it, but it's not super powerful and it's nothing like having a little diffuser in the room. So yeah, it's better than nothing, but it's not as good as I'd hoped it would be. Let's wrap this up then. All in all, I think SwitchBot have actually come up with a really good product here. The fact that they've combined all these products into one isn't something that I've actually seen or thought about, but SwitchBot do have this tendency to just create these weird and wacky products. I mean, this purifier can actually be combined with their robot vacuum in an upcoming product, where the robot can actually just wheel this purifier around your house and just deliver purified air across your whole home, which is just wild. I think it's really cool that SwitchBot do this. They just come up with something unique and innovative, and they just push it and see what happens. They don't just copy what everyone else is doing, and it's really nice to see, and it's quite refreshing that there is a new product, even if it is quite weird and wacky and maybe won't actually perform as well. But in the case of this purifier table, I think there is a place for it and there is a market for it, and I think it is a good product. The SwitchBot Air Purifier Table retails for around £250-ish. You can pick it up directly from SwitchBot or directly from Amazon, and if you weren't interested in the whole tabletop and wireless charger, they do also sell a version that doesn't have that, so it's just the purifier, so you get the same matter functionality and really good air purification performance, just without that tabletop and charger. If you're looking for an air purifier for your own smart homes and you want something that's reliable and has maybe some of these cool features that I've mentioned, and also that it works really well with Home Assistant, then I definitely recommend you check out this air purifier. And there we go guys, that's been a little look at 5 of the things that I love and hate about SwitchBot's air purifier table. If you've enjoyed this video, then don't forget to drop me a like, and if you aren't already, hit that subscribe button and ding dong the notification bell, and you'll be alerted to any future video that I do. As always, a massive thank you to these awesome dudes. These awesome dudes are my Patreons and also my YouTube members, and if you are interested in helping support my channel, which in turn allows me to create content like this, then you'll find links to all the places that you can go to support me, all in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to go and see if I can get myself one of those little robots that patrols the house with a little air purifier on its back. Cheers.